name's Kale, guys. Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are here Friday reset, of course, with Papa Zer, who is bringing the freaking heat. And I don't mean what's underneath this clothes. I'm talking about the heat of gear he is bringing. Of course, he's gonna have a bunch of weapons. Exotics-wise, he actually doesn't have anything too special. I mean, 64 stat, 66 stat. He has a 67 stat Ophidian aspect, but it's baked into resilience, which for me isn't exactly amazing. Recovery is terrible. But when it comes to legendary weapons, that's where he's gonna have the absolute heat. So he's gonna have a bunch of craftable weapons this week, which is really sweet because if you got your deepsight harmonizers, it means that you can basically buy one, use a deepsight harmonizer. If you want, you can delete the weapon then, and then you can buy another one, use another deepsight harmonizer, which means that if you have enough harmonizers, it means you can craft out or get the patterns going for nearly any of these weapons. So it is really nice for people to have kind of stockpile these resonances so you can get these weapons craftable, because realistically, there's no real way to farm these three weapons. So Peace of Mind is going to be one of them, with the moving target and, of course, compulsive reloader. Not exactly the worst roll, but there is better ones, and that's why people might want to craft it. You will, of course, have Callus Mini Tool, which I will say is a meta sort of primary in PvE because it can roll that incandescent and everything, especially when you get it craftable. Of course, this roll isn't great air assault with Feeding Frenzy, but that's what I'm saying. You can keep buying this using your harmonizers to kind of get it craftable, which is huge for this because it's not really longer obtainable. He is, of course, out and have a Disparity as well, which I'm probably going to do this video on because this is an absolute banger roll. Moving target Desperado is just so clean. These 4 bursting sort of weapons, I love them so much, and it does have the Ardent Trade ambush too, which is insane. You will have a True Teller with disorientating grenades as well, which isn't the worst. There is better rolls of this, but if you want a good freaking weapon for PvE, a good grenade launcher, this is one to pick up. The rest of the weapons, I will say, aren't exactly amazing. Sojourner's Tale, not a great roll for a slug shotgun. Blast Pursuit, honestly, not the worst. Chain Reaction with Threat and also the spike grenades. This could be actually really dope if you wanted to stick it in the vault. And then, of course, you will have the Tarantula as well, Kill Clip and Firmly Planted. Not exactly amazing. But what I will say is that he does have these 3 craftable weapons, which for me is a really big deal, because if you have, of course, kind of stockpiled them in your season pass, like I kind of have. See, I haven't got unlocked my full season pass because I've got 5 months of this left to play, guys. Look what it ends. Look what it ends. But you can see I've got a bunch of deep side harmonizers ready to kind of go because I have the premium pass. So yeah, I could probably get crafting on these, and that's why Zer can actually be pretty damn sweet. But the weapon I said that is going to be pretty much the banger out of this slot if you don't want to really go for crafting, if you just want the best weapon. Disparity is probably the best one he has right now. As I said, I could use my deep side harmonizer if I wanted to, but he is going to have a banger roll with this moving target and Desperado. He will, of course, have fluted barrel and the polygon rifling. He will have a pen and mag, or you can go for the tactical mag as well. But honestly, this is probably his best roll and everything. And we're going to showcase what this is like in some PvP and some PvE as well. So without further ado, let's go into some PvP with the Disparity Pulse Rifle. Alrighty, so we are going to be on the Altar of Flame with the little Disparity that could and everything. And this guy, oh, he's lagging a little bit. Yo, young man. But this is going to be the Disparity that Zer is going to have. Of course, this is going to have Desperado moving targets, so you'll see once they're going to get the kill. It will increase that RPM by a good bit. Now, I'm getting blasted from somewhere else. Young man. Oh my god, of course he has a crimson up my ass. I shouldn't have sprayed it at all. I wanted to showcase the Desperado, guys. The things I do for you, huh? The things I do, I should just actually show on, you know, when I'm shooting at someone. But the Desperado on this is going to be really nice. And of course, the weapon itself, it's going to feel kind of juicy. I will definitely say that Desperado did get nerfed recently, of course, this patch, and thank God we killed him. There's a Desperado in action, though. The Desperado did get nerfed, of course. It used to be way faster RPM. It used to be actually cracked, but they did nerf it a little bit. But it's still really, really nice on this sort of weapon. You basically keep the same damage and also increase the RPM, so it's just a really nice, weird-ass kind of cascade point. But I will definitely say that Desperado, it can come in super clutch now. Buddy, you're going to have to come out of spawn, right? Oh, he's probably mad at spawn camped him. But he can come in really clutch. As I said, if you're in a fight, if you kill some person then reload, you can just absolutely spray the last guy down. I will say people might rather kill clip just because it's a little bit more consistent, but I will still say that this pulse rifle, it can be an absolute banger in the right hands. 4 bursting RPM as well, so you can see you can absolutely blast people now. There was a... No, buddy, why did you peek me straight away? Oh my god, we got him. We can kind of see that 4 bursting pulse rifles, they can do a lot of work, of course, if you're in the right engagements. And what a trip mine. He had that prepped and ready to go. My good god. The problem with 2 bursting is that you need a really stable roll, and moving target can help somewhat, but I will definitely say freaking clone. But I will definitely say that these 4 bursting, they did get a little bit of a nerf as well in terms of their stability and whatnot, so you might see sometimes that you might struggle a little bit to kind of kill some people. But I do think overall, in terms of how this weapon feels and everything, and also just there's a 2 burst. Oh my god, I got shredded. But I also do think as well, just how the scope and everything looks too, this is a really clean ass weapon. Yo, young man, give me the heal. Okay, stupid ass, stupid freaking clone, you're blocking my radar, buddy. I don't want to see you on the radar. But there's the damage, of course, with the extra, what's it called, radiance and everything. But you can kind of see that it can be really, really nice. Of course, up close, you're going to struggle a little bit, and he had the Desperado kind of going in his Necro, so we both had Desperado, but his is just obviously faster. But I will say that the Disparity, this is a really sweet one to pick up, especially because you can't get Officer anymore, but there's a 2-burst again. I'm telling you, when you hit a clean 2-burst, there is no freaking better feeling. It just absolutely shreds now. This is the Desperado Necro guy. Come on, rush at me, buddy. Rush at me, bro. You ran away? Come on. Oh, my ass, though, and this guy's gonna get 2-burst again. Nope. Oh, he healed us. Oh, we don't care, though. We freaking got the shot in. Oh my god, he got absolutely deleted. That's what I'm saying. 27 a crit and everything. It can just absolutely delete. There's the Necro against me again. But I'm telling you, the Desperado and the freaking Disparity, it can go in real nice. All right, I need to get a kill streak going. Did someone spawn behind me? They freaking did. Yo, man, can you get your ass over here for a sec? There we go. What is that spawn bungo? Freaking guy up my ass straight away. We can get a kill streak going on this. And as I said, this is going to be a ranged sort of weapon too. So you can definitely see. Pulse rifle at max range like that and it still do absolute work. As I said, it's not a bad pulse rifle at all. I think it's definitely worth picking up if you don't have one. As I said, you cannot farm this anymore. It used to be an old seasonal weapon, so it is just super nice when Xur has them. And if you want to craft it, you definitely can use your harmonizers, but it is just personal preference. I just think that the 450s, if these ever get buffed again as well, it's going to be absolutely banging now. There's a guy here. You have to be weak, right? Actually, it's a freaking Titan. Screw it. You dying today, buddy. You dying today. Oh, man, thought his wall could save him. We'll get this guy as well. Oh, it's a freaking clone. Man, the clones, he tanked the shot, that clone. But yeah, I will definitely say the Disparity, this thing is a banger of a pulse rifle if you want to try it out. As I said, you can get it off Xur for this week. And if you want to, you can use your harmonizers to craft it out. But I think overall, Disparity, this is the banging pulse rifle in that top slot, stasis and everything as well. I just think it can go in with Desperado. Alrighty, so we are going to do the PvE side, of course, with a little Disparity that could. And this is honestly where I feel like this could go in a little bit better. I mean, PvP, it wasn't bad, but definitely with the changes to 450s and everything, they're not exactly as stable as they once used to be. But in PvE, you'll see that this is where Desperado can really shine. As I said, Desperado, I know people like look at it because it got nerfed and think it's not great. But I honestly think PvE, it can still go in. As I said, as soon as you get your precision hit, reload instantly and get your freaking reload going, and Desperado starts proc. And I will definitely say it is really nice PvE. Of course, it's more of a fun weapon than going to be probably viable. People will still go for obviously the more util heavy sort of weapons and whatnot. But this, as I said, it's not only about, of course, being a decent roll. Said you can definitely start using this to kind of craft out your Disparity. Maybe if you want to use one harmonizer for your one off or whatever, you can start crafting out some rolls for this and get yourself some god rolls on it. As I said, that is what Xur really has this week, is that he's got a plethora of craftable weapons that are unobtainable in the game. So it is definitely worth picking up, especially if you want a Callus mini tool. I think Callus mini tool freaking crafted is one of the best weapons in the game. But yeah, he's just gonna have a bunch of weapons that you can kind of get crafting and everything, which is just gonna be really nice. So yeah, for that reason alone, Xur is gonna be worth picking up, visiting this week. But I do think that, of course, when you get Desperado going, it is just super nice. I mean, you can just absolutely spam people. The increased RPM, same damage. Oh, it's just so freaking nice, this gun. As I said, as well, PvE, you can stick on the Hack Gate Breach ornaments, and you can definitely start getting the extra damage going on that. But I just think overall, it's a pretty solid weapon PvE. I do not think you should sleep in this at all. I think, especially if you get like a headstone roll as well, if you want to start crafting, this thing can kind of come in. But yeah, as I said, with the Desperado that you can kind of get on this, I do think you can do some absolute work with this weapon. So you can just spam the shots so freaking fast. Desperado, it is such a shame that they nerfed it, because this used to be legit one of the funnest perks to kind of go in with. I know PvP, it was pretty strong, but it used to be just so fun just to get a kill and absolutely go ham with the next few shots. But I will still say that it's still a really interesting perk PvE. It means you can legit just spam ads and whatnot. And I will say that it's still worth picking up this role, I think, especially because the threat detector's kind of scope on this. I honestly think it's just a really nice role. So yeah, Xur is going to have some heat this week, and I was going to res him, but you know what? Screw it, he res himself. But I do think Xur has some heat this week that he's definitely worth going to see and everything. Even if you're not getting this one, as I said, Callus mini tool, freaking crafting or whatnot, you want to go for, of course, the Peace of Mind, which also is another pulse rifle that's super dope. As I said, accurate wise, Desperado, it's just so clean. I mean, look at the freaking spam, and I did not know this guy was up. Don't worry, boys, we got some. We're gonna turret his ass too. Freaking show turret. Freeze his ass, freeze him. Oh, there we go. Look at me being the accurate support. As I said, this is gonna be stasis and turret. What the hell are you focusing this guy for? There's a big ass boss right beside you, and you focus the mob. Alrighty, final boss time, of course, with their little Disparity that good. And I honestly do think PvE, this is actually a really dope ass weapon. I think that because it is stasis too, it works out really well in a stasis build. And I think overall with Desperado kind of going, You can definitely deal with odds super well. If you want, you can get, as I said, you can get headstone rolls on this and whatnot. You can get obviously other rolls, but the fact that you can't really organically farm this anymore does kind of suck. You see though, when you get Desperado going, it is really nice, but I will definitely say that because you can't really kind of farm for it anymore, it is always nice to pick up weapons off Xur that you can't get. But as I said, Xur is probably worth visiting this week. Of course, he does have other weapons to kind of pick up as well, but I just think overall, do not sleep on Disparity. This weapon can definitely go in a good stasis build as well. I definitely do think it can do absolute work. Desperado is super nice PvE as well. Well, that's it for me. And of course, the Disparity Pulse Rifle itself. As I said, this is probably the best current roll he has. Of course, it's not probably the best weapon. If you get that Callus multi-tool and you want to craft it, that's probably the best craftable one because the Callus is just so freaking nice, or the Callus mini tool. So that might be worth picking up if you want to start crafting and everything. Of course, the roll is pretty bad, but when it comes to actual particular rolls this week, this is the best one. Desperado moving target, really nice in PvP, and honestly really nice PvE as well. As I said, Desperado can go in really well. I will definitely say 450s. As much as I love them, they're not exactly the meta archetype anymore because they did get nerfed a little bit in terms of the stability. You can't really double burst as consistently, and as I said, Desperado did get a little bit of nerf. It just bases Desperado off what RPM it's at, so it's 100% worth getting this particular roll. But if you want to start crafting out, Xur is really worth picking or going to this week, especially if you only need 1 or 2 maybe on certain weapons. He is 100% worth picking up because he's got some heat when it comes to crafting. But regardless, if you liked the video, show us a like, and you need some more content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.